Hey everyone, welcome to English Fluency Podcast, the podcast where we explore how your mind works and how to make it work better for you. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today we're talking about something that affects pretty much all of us in this digital age. How to get your brain to focus. Alex, I feel like this is something we're all struggling with these days, right?
Absolutely. And the research backs this up. Did you know that when we work in front of a computer, especially with our phone nearby, we focus on one thing for just 40 seconds before switching to something else?
40 seconds? That's it?
Yep. And it gets worse. When we have messaging apps like Slack open while working, that drops to just 35 seconds of focus before our attention shifts.
That's kind of terrifying when you think about it. We're basically training our brains to be distracted.
Exactly. This is something I learned about from Chris Bailey, who's done extensive research on attention and focus. The real problem isn't just that we're distracted. It's that our brains are overstimulated, and we're actually craving distraction.
Wait, so you're saying we're addicted to distraction?
In a way, yes. Our brains have something called a novelty bias. We get a hit of dopamine when we check social media or email. It's the same pleasure chemical we get from eating delicious food or other rewarding activities.
So our brains are literally rewarding us for getting distracted. No wonder it's so hard to focus. But this can't be sustainable. What happens to our creativity, our ability to solve complex problems, or just finish basic tasks?
That's the real concern. When we're constantly jumping between different stimuli, we never give our brains the chance to enter deeper states of focus or to wander productively.
So what can we do about it? How do we reclaim our ability to focus?
Well, I've been researching this, and there are some proven techniques we can use. Let's break down the top strategies.
I'm all ears. My attention span needs all the help it can get.
First, let's talk about the Pomodoro technique. It's one of the most popular methods for improving focus.
Is that the tomato timer thing? I've heard about it, but never really understood how it works.
Yes, Pomodoro means tomato in Italian, named after those tomato-shaped kitchen timers. The technique is simple. You work with complete focus for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After completing 4 of these cycles, you take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes.
That doesn't sound too hard, but why does it work?
It works because it aligns with how our brains naturally function. We're not designed to focus intensely for hours on end. The Pomodoro technique acknowledges this and builds in recovery periods. Those short breaks give your brain a chance to rest before diving back in.
I like that it's structured. Do you use it?
I do, though I've modified it a bit. Some research suggests that different time intervals might work better for different people. Some prefer 50 minutes of work with 10-minute breaks. The key is finding what works for your brain.
Okay, that's one strategy. What else can help us focus better?
Another powerful approach is creating an environment that supports focus rather than undermines it. This includes both your physical and digital environment.
Like keeping your phone in another room.
Exactly. Studies show that just having your phone visible, even if it's turned off, can reduce your cognitive capacity. Your brain is using energy to resist checking it.
I'm guilty of that. My phone is always right next to me when I work.
Try putting it in another room, or at least face down in a drawer. You'll be amazed at how much easier it is to focus. Also, use apps and browser extensions that block distracting websites during your focus periods.
What about the physical environment? Does that matter too?
Absolutely. Having a dedicated workspace that your brain associates with focused work helps trigger the right mental state. Some people find that certain background noise, like coffee shop ambiance, or specific types of music without lyrics helps them concentrate better.
I've noticed that about music. Songs I know well with lyrics are the worst for focus because I end up singing along in my head.
That's a common experience. Instrumental music or nature sounds tend to work better. Some people even use binaural beats, which are special audio tracks designed to enhance concentration.
Let's switch gears a bit. What about our physical health? Does that affect our ability to focus? I can definitely attest to that. I'm useless after a bad night's sleep.
Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, and regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain and releases chemicals that help with focus and memory. Even a short walk can make a big difference in your ability to concentrate afterward.
Speaking of walks, I've noticed I often get my best ideas when I'm just walking around, not actively trying to focus on a problem.
That's a perfect segue into another important concept, the value of mind wandering, or what some experts call scatter focus.
Scatter focus? But aren't we trying to avoid that?
It's different from distraction. Purposeful mind wandering is actually extremely valuable for creativity and problem solving. When you let your mind wander without technology, like during a shower, a walk, or while cooking, your brain makes connections between ideas that wouldn't happen during focused work.
So sometimes not focusing is actually beneficial.
Exactly. Research shows that when our minds wander naturally, we spend about 48% of that time thinking about the future. This is why you often plan out your day in the shower or come up with solutions to problems when you're not actively working on them.
That makes so much sense. So we need both focused attention and periods of deliberate mind wandering.
Precisely. It's about finding the right balance. One strategy I love is called flow state. That feeling when you're completely absorbed in an activity and time seems to disappear.
Oh, I know that feeling. I get it sometimes when I'm really engrossed in a project. How do we get into flow state more often?
Flow happens when you're doing something that's challenging but achievable. Not too easy, not too hard. You need clear goals, immediate feedback, and minimal distractions. Activities that require your complete attention, but that you enjoy, are perfect for inducing flow. Fourth, balance focus work with periods of deliberate mind wandering to enhance creativity and problem solving.
And finally, aim to achieve flow state by engaging in challenging but enjoyable activities that require your complete attention.
I'd add one more. Be patient with yourself. Our brains have been trained by modern technology to crave constant stimulation. Rebuilding your attention span takes time.
That's a great point. It's like building any other skill. It requires practice and persistence.
Exactly. Start small, maybe with just 10 minutes of focused work, and gradually increase the duration as your focus muscles get stronger.
And remember that occasional mind wandering isn't wasted time. It's valuable for creativity and seeing connections between ideas.
Well, we're almost at the end of our time. Any final thoughts on focus, Jordan?
I think the key takeaway for me is that we need to be more intentional about how we use our attention. Our brains are powerful tools, but we need to learn how to use them effectively in this age of constant distraction.
Couldn't agree more. And if you found value in today's episode, we'd love for you to share it with a friend who might be struggling with focus.
And don't forget to subscribe to Brainwaves wherever you get your podcasts. Next week, we'll be discussing memory techniques that can help you remember names, facts, and important information more effectively.
Until then, this is Alex.
And Jordan, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.